Wasn't I? Oh, well, I'm preparing things. I'm trying to download things. I'm like doing a million things at once.
You were.
Time is never my friend.
Why is that a jacket? That is not a jacket, guys.
What?
I don't know the name, but I like it. I wanna have fun.
No, this is a
jacket
shirt.
have to-
This is a shirt,
Huh?
right?
Yeah.
And then if I present jacket, let's see. Oh my God, Yahoo, Google.
Jacket has a zipper.
Yes, that's what he said. He wants a jacket. Jackets have zippers, yes. Jacket.
Yes, but the TruthScore one doesn't have a zipper. It's not a jacket.
No. This he doesn't. He wants this as a jacket.
No, he wants the sweater, the TruthScore one. It's available for merch.
Oh, the merch. Oh, the sweater. The merch. You guys are talking about merch. You're talking about merch. Okay, that's different. That's super.
Yeah.
Different. That's super different. This.
Yes, this one.
Yes. Kazaku is jacket.
Oh, by the way, since you're here, select the color white.
That's right.
Please.
Yes, I have to put a different logo there. I saw it. I know it. And now.
Hello, Alan. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Simon.
Oh my God.
That's right. It's Alan.
Hi, guys.
Hello.
Very nice.
Hey, Leandro, I wanna ask you something.
Yeah.
Can I team viewer in your laptop now, because like my computer is not helping me?
Yes.
Is that Kawa here?
That's Kawa,
Yes,
the one and only Kawa.
I'm here.
Hey, man, I miss you, dude.
Kawa.
I miss you too.
Kawa.
Yeah. So basically, when Leandro complains, Kawan's appears. So if Leandro goes like on Kawan's WhatsApp comment here.
He shows up like a magician.
Yeah.
That's because Leandro just sent a message like go.
Thank you, Leandro. Guys, we are waiting.
Who's Alan?
He's
know
a
that guy.
programmer. Team viewer open.
Okay. The same password?
Yep. Don't say it out loud, please. Alan is a programmer for us. He's working on some upgrades. Hello, Alan.
Nice to meet you, Alan.
Hi.
He's from Teixeira, and he is learning English. He's a student of English, like all the other people here. So this Denelson. Wave your hand. He's the English teacher for the school that's going to be participating today. I think what we need is to send that group the link immediately. Join now.
Luan should be coming in pretty soon. He went downstairs and he was up here. I just bought a new ring light. We're gonna start doing some YouTube videos.
I noticed the ring light. I was wondering if it was a new light.
So we were testing it out.
A little stretch action. So we will be recording this.
Oh, you know what I think we should also discuss later on, Leandro? I just had a conversation with Luan about the Australian internment camps.
Yeah, that's some serious.
And Luan's like, man, but that's just because of COVID. And that's not going to lead to anything. And I'm just like, oh, God. Like, Sandro, your generation scares the crap out of me, man.
Oh, wow. I could say the same about yours, but
it's the fourth turning. It's the fourth turning. Do you guys know about the fourth turning?
No, I don't know.
Let me just say hi to Gabi, then we can talk about the first turning.
Yeah.
Hi Gabi, how are you?
Hi everybody. I'm okay. What about you guys?
I'm doing
Pretty good.
So you know Dan, right?
Hello.
Yeah. Hi Dan.
Okay. Just to make sure.
Yeah, I don't think we've actually officially met, but like we know that we each other exist.
Yeah, kind of. We just have a small conversation in the beginning of one class, like, I guess. I don't know.
Did you ever do an experimental class with me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So it's probably there. And I think we exchanged a couple of words, I think about a week or two ago, talking about this.
Yes.
That was it. Yep.
Waiting for some other students to join.
Yeah, they'll join in a few minutes. Everyone's a little.
Yeah.
It's,
Because if they don't, we will start without them. And when they join, they just
So
be
Andrew, you were mentioning, what was it that you mentioned?
the fourth turning.
the fourth
Yeah.
turning.
What is that?
You don't know the fourth turning?
I think he does. 1 second. I'm gonna try to find a good image that represents the fourth turning.
Gilly's here.
I-
Hi, Gilly.
I smell like Subway. Let me go like. watch
Hello
my-
there.
Good man. Here it is. This is the fourth turning. Let's find a good version of it. Come on, fourth turning. Where is
Anderson
the image?
here. Hi, Anderson.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Oh. Yes. Okay, cool.
I know Anderson too.
This is the
Yeah.
fourth turning.
Pulled him from me once.
How many people are going to be showing up today?
I expect
7, 8.
a lot. But,
Oh,
oh,
there's
someone
another.
once here.
Knock, knock.
That's Luan.
Hello.
So there are 17 people on the group, but I don't think they'll all come. So
Ah, Ju's here. Hi, Ju. Giovanni. It's been a while. If you're
Oh,
who I
okay.
think you
Yeah,
are,
it is.
if you're who I think you are.
I think I am who you think I am.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Look at your English. Yeah, it's really good.
So Leandro, Sandra, and I were having a conversation the other day, and Sandra's like, I need Giovanna to be here. Gilly needs to be here for us to continue this conversation.
yeah, so Gilly is always, it's mostly the times on my side, right? So when we are debating Gilly, it's very unfair because they always back each other, and I'm like alone trying to prove my
Yeah.
point.
I
Back
understand.
each other, yeah.
Yeah, so I really like to have you on conversations because you understand my point and you back me up as well.
I think everybody hates us, though.
No. The hate is what they want to create in us, but we should never hate each other for our views. Ever.
Yeah, you're right.
Right.
That's the division that I was talking about with the other classes.
Yeah.
But some people do hate, and it's really sad. It's very sad. Okay. Here it is. Okay. Oh no. Okay, so
Let's just wait a few more minutes, guys.
Sure. How many people are we expecting, Sandra?
Well, as I told you, there are like 17 people on the group. I don't think they'll all come. I hope to will get more like 2 to 3 people maybe.
I saw Nettie came in and it looked like she like jumped out.
Yeah.
this is the fourth turning.
We are not seeing your screen, Andrew.
Oh, wow! All this time, I thought you were.
I thought you were preparing. That's why I didn't mention it before.
I disconnected for a moment.
So oh yeah, this.
Mm-hmm.
I remember talking about this.
So when
This
you
isn't
mention Sandro's generation is weak men create hard times. That's the generation.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hypothesis.
Yeah.
hypothesis.
Yeah.
So
So which one is your generation?
I'm in the middle between good times create weak men and weak men create hard times.
Yeah, that's kind of where we are.
I'm in the middle between the boomer generation went to World War II. We had the Nazis. Those people understood that evil exists and it will kill millions. And so they were strong and they had to fight against it. But we've had so much good times. Your parents.
We don't know. We basically don't know how to fight.
We don't know. We don't even believe evil really exists. So we're like, give them more power. It's COVID. Who cares? Give them a little more power. Give them a little more power. Who cares? Who cares? It's very scary.
So what was good times like?
Good times is now. It's good times is the 70s, 80s, 90s. You know, we came back from the war and all the men made babies and it was boom. It was called the boomer generation.
I think the good times I think probably started right after World War II.
Right after World War II, we beat the evils of the world.
Before World War II, it wasn't good then.
Well, funny enough, so the reason this theory exists is that this is an 80-year generational cycle. So between World War I and World War II, there were about 80 years. So after World War I, we had good times, and we had strong men, and then slowly people got comfortable.
Actually, after the World War I, we had the crash of the 1929.
Correct.
The Great Depression.
Correct.
And some scientists actually said that there wasn't two wars. There was one war and in a time in between, So
that makes sense.
It's like the two world wars were just one war, really long.
Yeah. There was a time in between, which was
I can agree with that because World War II was a direct effect of World War I. So. Yeah.
Yes, it was directly related.
Gilly, care to explain your major to people? They don't know what you're majoring in.
My what?
Your major.
My major.
Your major in college. What do you study in college?
Oh, I study history. I think Leandro knew that, right? Or not? Or didn't you?
No, I didn't know that. That's great to know. It's wonderful to know. I love that, actually. That's amazing.
Yeah, I study history.
So let me try something different in my setup here. I want to present. We're all going to present at different times, but let's see, do I want to do this? Yeah.
Hold on, let me send the post here so everyone can join.
So I think we might have everyone.
Yeah. Guys, do you mind recording? Now it's the time.
I've been recording, so yeah.
Yeah, but does anyone mind that we are recording?
Does anyone mind that we're recording? That's a good question.
I do not.
I don't think so.
Okay.
You're all YouTube stars now.
It would be good for everybody to say, I don't mind. Ready? So I don't mind. Kawan?
Anyone?
I don't mind.
To be recorded.
What's out there?
Speak or forever hold.
I am already in the internet, so.
I'm already on the internet.
Luan, do you mind? Where is he? Do you mind that you're being recorded, Luan? Yeah.
I
am a guy from the world.
We need to hear it. What is it?
Anderson, Gabi, Ellen.
Anderson, do you mind that you're being recorded?
Maybe I stand slowly.
I don't mind, guys.
All right, good. So Gabi doesn't mind. Anderson, can you hear us? Anderson. I wonder if he doesn't notice that his microphone is off.
He's all right. He's not really showing himself, and he's not speaking.
Ellen, what about you?
I don't mind.
Okay. So Anderson, we're taking you not responding as I don't mind as well.
That's right.
Speak now if you do. Okay, let's continue.
Sorry. I am here now.
Okay, so do you mind we are recording this?
Yes, I think.
Did you get my question?
No, no, no. Repeat, please.
Okay. Do you mind that we are recording this?
Sorry, I'm loose in here.
You're lost.
Well,
Okay.
Yeah.
well, the minding is an idiom, so maybe a better question is, can we record this group chat?
No.
All right. So Anderson says we cannot record.
No, no, nós estamos gravando. We are recording. If you don't want to be in it, leave.
Sorry, I didn't understand you.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll write it.
It's more like we
Good.
are recording. If you don't like it, leave. In a good way.
Yes.
In a good, loving way. Record gravando.
Yes,
Yes.
you can.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay,
good.
thank you.
All right.
All right.
So we got everybody's consent.
Everyone's consented. Everyone signed
Okay.
their release forms.
Okay.
All right. So what are we talking about here? We're talking about TruthScore. I'm sharing my screen, and what this means is, what do you guys see now? Did I? Oh, I made it lose, right? Interesting.
I see.
Yeah.
We're not seeing anything.
I'm so sorry. Give me a moment. So
Okay.
we added the URL to the chat. Okay.
Yes.
And today's topic is affirmative action is good for society. That's the hypothesis. Does anyone here not know what affirmative action is? Does anyone not know what affirmative action is?
I think I have a little question about this.
Sure. What's the question?
What's the question?
That's the question, like what affirmative action
what is
really
affirmative
is.
action?
Okay.
So who wants to explain this? I can explain it, I suppose. Affirmative action is a law in government that helps minorities. It's a law like the college must have 20% black students.
Okay, so it's the quota. We call it quota.
Quota, yes, important. Yeah, is that
It's
what called?
actually a quota is one type of affirmative question. Actually, it's not the concept itself.
Beautiful. It's one example.
Okay,
It's one
okay.
example of it.
Well, hey, Gilly, can you elaborate a little bit
Elaborate,
more?
please.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's actually what Leandro said. It's some kind of laws and some kind of support that the government gives to some people in society, and quotas is one of them. Like there's quotas, and I can't think of another one, but it's basically that. I don't know if I made myself clear, but
Yeah, but it's yeah, it's like a quota, and so okay. So who here isn't familiar with this? Like you've never heard it before in your entire life. You never even know anything about it. Anybody? So everyone understands. Everyone has seen this, right? It happens in Brazil, I think, a lot, plenty. I think it still happens here in the United States. Yeah, I personally think affirmative action is not good for society. Generally, there's a lot of good reasons. I think what, Denelson, you don't think it's necessarily good?
I don't like it either.
Who else here? If you care to share, and of course, people who think it's not, the people who want affirmative action may see those who don't want affirmative action as racists. Or
maybe speak slowly, Leandro.
what is it?
Maybe speak slowly.
Speak slower. Yes. I was just saying that people who like affirmative action might see me and Denelson as racists. Makes me laugh. It's not. It's just funny. That's a funny thing to think.
I don't see as racist.
Yeah, exactly. It's not necessarily, but it. Some people, sometimes think that. um, so yeah. You guys can start. Like I know, Donaldson, you have a really good one. Why don't you explain your really good one? It's the doctor one, the medical science one. It's a good one.
The microphone's closed then.
You're muted. Donaldson, you are
You're
muted.
mute.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So imagine there's a guy named John. John's a black man, and he wants to become a doctor, right? So normally, for you to get into college, for you to get into medical school, there's a certain standard that you need to reach. Okay. But because of affirmative action, and because John is black, there's a good possibility that they may lower the standards for him to come into college, right? So now when John comes into college, he comes in under the standards. So this is the regular standard, but because of affirmative action, they're trying to get more black people into the college. Yeah, they'll come in under a lower standard, right? So John may actually, he might not need that lower standard. John might be a very intelligent guy. He might be a very determined guy, and he might actually go through the school and graduate from the top of his class and become a really good doctor. But if I believe that John, because I'm going to look at John, I'm going to see that he's black, and I'm going to know, wait a minute, affirmative action exists for a person of black color. So I may think, wait a minute, that college may have lowered their standards for John just so he can pass. And now he's a doctor. I don't know if I can trust his abilities, because I know that in college, he didn't have to meet all the standards that everybody else had to meet. And this is not good for me, and it's not good for John, because people will not see John the same way.
And I want to say the same thing in one simpler way. It's that they're no affirmative action deteriorates high standards for other reasons, for ethical reasons, or ethnic reasons, or gender reasons, just other reasons. And it's not merit based. Do we know merit based? How do we translate? How do we simplify, Sandro? How do we simplify merit based?
Merit based was like deserving something.
By deserving, yeah.
Deserving based on merit. Merit is good grades.
It's deserving based on ability.
On intelligence and capacity. Yeah, not exactly.
But I don't believe that exists actually merit. But you say that to get in college, you don't have to have a high standard. But once you are in there, it's the same thing for everyone. You have to have good grades to pass and to move on, like on college. So whether you're black or not, once you're in college, you have the same, you have to have the same grades that a white person has. It's the same thing. You have to study anyway.
Point of view.
What?
Well, if the whole question here is, well, he doesn't have the same merit because he just entered with a lower grade, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it doesn't mean that he's going to fail or something. He will have to work as hard as anyone else that is there to continue with the course. Otherwise, he won't do it.
Well,
I disagree with that. I think that John, for example, let's say John comes in and he came in, but the first John that I talked about, he was actually really smart and he actually was a hard worker. Let's talk about Billy. Billy's definitely a white name. So let's talk about Lewis. So let's say Lewis is not as hardworking as John, okay? But he decides to change his life for the better. And he says, no, I want to be a doctor and I really want to work hard. But he actually comes in below the standards. Lewis will have to work harder than John. because he needs to catch up to John because his standards was already lower. You understand? So Lewis might have to work twice as hard as John because he knew half as much when he first got into college.
Interesting. What I want to do is I want to put this into TruthScore.
Let's put it into TruthScore.
Yeah. So this is a lesson for anyone who isn't familiar with how to create support or challenge in TruthScore. Can everyone see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay, cool. So merit, um, merit is, for example, I run the fastest in a race, so I win the prize. I
Right.
deserve the merit because I am superior in something. Or I did, what is this? What is the test in Brazil that gets you into college?
And then
The Enem or the vestibular.
Vestibular, which is like an SAT in America. So
Something.
someone who has a high vestibular score has more merit, right? They show that they
Okay.
yeah. So that's merit.
What makes you run faster than someone else?
My DNA, my
Your
But not
personality,
DNA.
my training, my DNA, my training, my gender, God. I'm not religious, but God.
God? Did you say God?
Yeah, God, Deus. Not.
Okay.
I'm not a religious person, but I mean that I was created. Let's say to
Oh, but
run
do you
faster.
believe in God though?
I'm
Then.
not a religious person. I'm not.
But do you believe?
You should have said chance, Leandro. Chance, not
Okay,
not
yeah,
chance.
no, I don't believe in God. Not in the
Oh,
typical,
okay.
not in the traditional sense at all.
Okay, but
Yeah.
do you believe? That's not what I'm asking. I know you can believe in God, but still not be religious. And
Yeah, I'm not. I don't believe in God. Not in the traditional
okay,
sense. No, not even close. Yeah, no, I don't.
at all. No, no, not no any kind of God. Not any kind of God.
Correct. Not the Judeo-Christian. Not the none of those. Nothing that's related.
He's
Nothing correct.
agnostic. He's
You
agnostic.
could say
That's
that.
it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So genetics.
Genetics, really my genetics, let's say, and of course that my training, because you could have someone who's very, very, very genetically perfect for running, but they don't train. They just, you know.
Okay, so what exactly is your merit then? Because if it's your DNA, you had no merit on that. If it's your training, maybe you have more time to train than someone else.
I might.
Yeah. Uh, if you're God's favor, that's on God, not on you.
That's on God. Yeah.
So, but the key thing here is that we're all different. Everyone is different.
Exactly. We're
So,
all different, and we all have different conditions to achieve the things we do.
exactly.
And for some other people it's harder than other people.
Oh, for sure. I mean, some people don't even have legs.
Exactly. So Mary could not apply on that because at least that the way I think.
In there, right?
Yes, absolutely.
You should define merit. You should define
Mm-hmm.
equity.
So now that I've created this challenge, it has a 0 score. Um, transition this here. There are different kinds of colleges in the United States, very advanced colleges like Harvard, and then still very high, but not Harvard, right? And then you have the lower colleges. Because of affirmative action, very intelligent black men who deserve to be in the middle, okay? They deserve to be in the middle, which is great universities like Yale and amazing universities, right? Their scores in the vestibular SAT would get them into these schools. They already have the merit to achieve these schools. But because of affirmative action, they get favoritized and they get put into Harvard. So when they're in Harvard, they're in with a group of people who are more intelligent than they are, right? They're not in the correct group based on their intelligence. So what happens with those people, this guy explains, is that they struggle because the Harvard classes are for the very, very, very top. And they struggle. So their entire college experience is a struggle. And sometimes, many times, they fail and they flunk. They leave college because it's too much for them. If we didn't have affirmative action for them, they would have gone to the college that they deserve, the college that matches their intelligence and their level, and they would have been with other people their mentality. So affirmative action perverses the natural, if I'm a man, I'm in the men's basketball team because men are taller, stronger, more muscular than women. Women have a women's basketball team because women are women, and vice versa. Women are better than men in a lot of other things. They can dive deeper, so many other things. So it just depends. So affirmative action is a perversion of reality. Okay, let's truth score, guys.
Don't be afraid to ask, and Alan too, right? Don't be afraid to ask questions, and if you don't understand something, to say, "Hey, I don't understand,"
Please
because
do.
that's how you're gonna learn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
The link's there. Let's go to TruthScore. Let's write some arguments down and we'll be back in a few minutes. Don't leave the room though, okay? Stay here.
You're welcome to share your screen. I would like to know how well this plays. Please stand by for a little music. Let me see. This may be bad. I don't know. Please give me a feedback here. Can you guys hear that? It sucks. All right, moving on. I don't like it myself. Oh, somebody registered. All right, Carlos. Yeah. All right. All right, I'm going to start.
I'm trying to actually understand how TruthScore works because I forgot something.
You didn't forget. It changed from the last time, I'm sure.
Yeah, then.
Are you?
That's even worse.
I can help
You
you.
didn't change that much, so you can forget, Gilly. But there's a tutorial on the WhatsApp.
I'm reading here the What you send on WhatsApp, the photo.
Okay, cool. And you can share your screen, and I can help you. So.
some image, do I have to put that, for example, at the bottom, the link of the site, which I got the image, right? Isn't it?
I'm
Share
not.
your screen. Let us see what you mean.
Yeah, I don't know what
Okay.
you mean when you say annex. I think do you,
I don't know. It's a
Attach.
Portuguese
You want to attach
English.
something.
yeah.
I want to put the image in the TruthScore.
Oh, as evidence?
Yeah.
Oh, sure. So yeah, share your screen for a moment, or if you're on this page here and you clicked on link evidence, you can link to the image.
Okay, wait a minute. I'm going to share.
Yeah.
You can upload the image itself, but you can update the link for the image and make a brief description.
Okay, so how do I do it? So link evidence. I want to pick the image of this site right here. It's a school from my grandma's, and I'm doing like a historical research on my grandma's school like days.
I don't see your screen.
Oh, really?
Not yet. Are you sharing? Maybe I don't realize. Hold on. Unpin.
Okay.
Mine is not sharing. I can see
Here
it
he
either.
comes. Here comes.
There we go.
Okay, so I want to use this image of my grandma's school as a proof that it's white dominant. You know, like when era Vargas, Vargas, his government was a liberal government in Brazil based on the merits. And then for a person to go to the second part of the fundamental school, they had to make a really difficult test, and not everybody went through this test. And as you can see in the image, we have a lot of white people and less like black people there. And it's in Bahia. In Bahia, in Brazil, it's where it's like concentrated 60% of the Negro people in Brazil. Like Bahia is the most concentrated place for black people, and even though there is not much there, there's a bunch of white people in the.
Okay,
And
cool. So copy the URL. I almost recommend. So do you want to link an image just to the image or to the website too, so that there's context? If you copy,
yeah, it would be good.
So go to the page again, and copy the URL in the. Oh, I see what's happening. Hold on. Can you go to the post? It's better if you go to the post. So is that a post? Can you open that post?
No, it's just an image.
One second. Let me make it bigger. 1 second. You can't. Send me that link really quick, please.
Okay.
And then I'll.
I can add another links to like support.
Here, what I want to do is I want to go. That's backwards. Okay, here it is. This is the link you want to share. Sorry, there you go. Export.
Okay.
Yes, that link goes to the post you care about. Try it. Go there first. Confirm it. But that's what you want. It goes to the post.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Nothing else. So it's not confusing. So copy that URL. You have it already. And then let's go to edit. Cool.
And the first part, paste link.
There you go. Exactly. Beautiful. Very nice. That's what you want.
What about this one?
At the
bottom.
For archiving, you could do that too, but you don't have to. It's optional.
It's what? Repeat.
Archiving. Archiving allows you to.
Guys, I just noticed something. Our call will be like done in 10 minutes. So when time's up, I'll going to send a new link. Okay.
Send a new link
so
now.
join the
We'll all switch before the 10, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the archive, I think you should just skip the archive for now, and we can go over it another time. Just because it's not that important.
Thanks.
Okay, so we're all going to jump in a minute. Here we go. Okay. Affirmative action gives a reward for those who do not deserve. Oh, this is an argument. Okay, in a moment, I'm going to create an argument, and I'd like to show everyone the argument. I think I'll wait until we jump so we don't lose time, or no.
Okay,
Yeah. So,
that's work.
so Sandro, I think you should prioritize creating a link and sharing it to everyone. We should all jump before this ends, not after it ends, so that there's no interruption.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah. I'm sure people at Google are figured out like, but then they can just create another meeting.
They just want us to pay for
Damn those profits.
Yeah.
Leandro, can't you create a link that will last longer?
I don't think so. I could try.
Have to pay for it.
I could try, but I don't think so. But I can try. Oh, there it is. Where is it?
Okay, let me erase this then, and wait for your link.
Oh, I don't know if I can, but I can try. I don't know if my link is going to be better than yours, but we could. Curious.
Yeah. Because you can use the GS link.
Yeah, okay. So, all right. This is going to be the new link. Oops. Here and here. I think everyone should jump off almost immediately. Like 1, 2, 3, go. I'm gonna
see you guys there.
See you guys. Everyone, jump.
Bye.
Bye.
So wait, I'm gonna have a problem with this.
Let's go, come on, Alan, to the new link, please.
Okay. Like I was.
Oh, Renata's here.
Renata.
Hello, Renata.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Nice to have you. Oh, let me send the link on the group as well.
I've been done that.
He's been done that.
I've been done. English idiom, been done. I have had done it.
Dude, you're confusing even me, man.
Yeah, no, it's stupid. It's totally silly. So I'm going to transition.
Like, oh, Anderson and Gabby, they're not here yet.
No problem.
Right? We have interviews, we have essays besides the SAT. So maybe, but here in Brazil, it's the grades that counts.
Got it. So that means that the university already has an equal opportunity system. The opportunity is open to anyone who makes the mark, right?
I wouldn't say it's. Can you repeat your question?
The
Sorry.
university.
Okay. I want to cite you and I forget.
Yeah. Has raised his hand. Oh, interesting.
I didn't know we could do.
Yeah. That's Zoom the market. So
polite. Look at him.
Yes. 1 sec, Luan, got you. So if the university already is an equal opportunity university, that it does not discriminate, it's already equal.
Well, it's equal on where it can be. It doesn't mean that it's equal for everyone, because not everyone had the same opportunities before. So they're creating a line and expecting everyone who wants to reach it, but not everyone has the same condition to achieve and to get to that.
Not everyone has good grades. Yeah, we know not everyone has good grades.
But people have different reasons to not have the same grade. Maybe I don't have the grades because I'm just lazy, and maybe some other person doesn't because they are struggling something that it's not on their hands to make it better. So that's why I said opportunity is not outcome, because the outcome depends on the person, what the person does with the opportunity they're given. I'm speaking too fast, right, guys? Nada, Helen. I wonder where is Anderson and Gabi. They should be here.
Yeah, send them an invite. So while he's looking for them, maybe Luan, you were next. In your thoughts, in your hand raising.
Hello, if you guys allow me, I would like to give a quick summary of the what is taught about Brazil's history in college. I don't have the data here, but it's well known. What happened? Okay. First, how was the school how was education and how was the child looked in the colonial period? Child didn't have, even the white ones, even the black ones didn't have infancy, because the white ones, the Portuguese people that was the owner of the lands, they taught the child since he was a children, how to ride a horse, how to have the etiqueta, how to do the things that elite adulthood does.
Right, they were educated. They were educated.
They were educated. And then the black people that were sold, what they were taught, how to work, do a bunch of workers, a bunch of work, for the price of that slave to grow up. Okay, so the technical things were taught to the black ones, and the intellectual process and the whole education in the colonial period was for the white kid. Okay. So
hold on, let me just say that what you just said is, in that time they did not have the same educational opportunity.
No,
Correct.
They didn't. They the black people was slaves.
They did not have the opportunity. Correct. Exactly.
Yeah, they didn't have the opportunity. And this, by law, the slavery in Brazil end up in 1980. Okay? But if you search, there's
1988?
1988.
So wait, there were still slaves.
1988. Oh my gosh, 1888. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
1888. Sorry.
That's right.
Sorry.
Yeah.
There were slaves after that as well.
Yes. That's the next point. Today, if you search, there's still people that are slaves in Brazil. Okay, so it's just 200 years, and there are some roots of the like the system here in Brazil.
There's totally roots. I agree that there's ramifications, right? There's
Yeah, and okay, let me continue to resume the history. Okay, so the colonial period stopped, like Dom Pedro II left after that, and then we have the republic. Brazil went to a republic. Okay, and who were the guys in power? Were not the black. Were the guys that was the owners of those lands. Okay, so the ones in São Paulo, the ones in Minas, they were the guys with the power. And like when the industrial starts coming to Brazil, when the industrial things came to Brazil, um, how would a republic maintain itself? How can a republic maintain itself if the black people, the poor people, doesn't know how to write, and how can they vote if they don't know how to write? So then they started giving the education. Okay, so there was a reason for the education to continue. And remember about the colonial period, with the technical labor for the black. It became reproducing itself. The poor, the ones that are not slavers anymore, but they still are bonded to the technical works, because how can they make money? Okay, I'm going to work for my previous owner. Okay, so the technical things were still done for the black, and the intellectual stayed for the white. Okay, Brazil, but the Brazil's history is kind of different, because the slavery here is kind of recent. And then in Era Vargas, when it became really liberal, here, we have those exams. Okay, hey, it's meritocratic. The schools were really good, like the structure of the school. It was like awesome. Like the older ones are going to say, hey, Era Vargas was a good period. But
because they made increased opportunity. They made it more equal.
No, because they kind of increased the opportunity. They made schools. They make the schools in a bunch of places. But those schools...
Maybe talk slower so the students can understand.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have to leave soon. Okay, I'm going to
Me
finish.
too. I gotta leave at 15:20. But you guys can continue without me. I just gotta leave because I have another class.
Okay, but to summarize, still Era Vargas. So hey, we are going to do meritocratic stuff. You're going to have a good school. Okay, it has an awesome infrastructure, and but for you to leave the primary to the second primary elementary school, you get to do an exam really hard. But think about it. If the black people didn't have the education before, and just the white people had the education, who is going to do good in this exam?
Makes perfect sense, because if you're going to have an equal opportunity system, you have to have an equal opportunity system from birth to college, right? College happens at 18, 19 years old. So you have to have free schools like we have in Brazil and America, where people have an opportunity to learn English and read and write and everything.
And so, like in Leandro, in Brazil, the free schools is still a problem, because
in the US
and the other students here can attest to this.
Yeah.
The schools in Brazil that actually work, that are any good, they're all private. The public schools
here too. Same thing here, but the private.
Cliffside Private is a public school, and I remember getting a very good education.
Yeah, private schools here are way better than public. It's just that the public schools are way better than Brazilian public schools, right?
But it's also different. And just so you can get an idea, okay? I've walked into a public school here before where there were 2 different classes of 40 students each class, and the teacher would be in one class for 15 minutes. He would leave and go into the other class for 15 minutes. That's how bad it is over here.
Oh, yeah, stupid.
Okay. And like Luan, Sandro, if you guys have never experienced that, please tell me. But this was actually in Luan's school.
I did.
You have, right? So I was at Luan's school. This was when I first gave the opportunity to Luan. This is where I saw this. There were classes of 40 students in the class and one teacher for both classes. And he'd be giving 15 minutes to one class, 15 minutes to the other. I don't ever remember that happening in Cliffside.
Are they putting the both classes together? And
yeah, or you'd have one big mega 80 student classroom.
Yeah, in a small room.
Yep.
So hold on, but Lua has a greater point. So Lua, you got very carried away in the details. I think what you're trying to say is that you have to have equal opportunity for children in education in order to have the equal opportunity of universities to be equal.
True.
Right?
That's it.
So you have to have it. Don't we have an opportunity, equal opportunity, or maybe not?
No, we don't. I will have to agree with Sandra on this one. I don't think that they have.
We have the affirmative actions for public schools, which if you participate on this affirmative action, like you're going just to compete with people of public schools. Okay, so you are not competing with the whole bunch of people. It's not fair if you compete with a person of the private. You have some, for example, you have 14. Oh, you have 40
in the education.
You have 40. You have a 40 number class, and let's suppose that 10 is for the affirmative action. So in those 10, you're going just to compete with the public schools, right?
Yeah. No.
Can I say something?
Yeah, Giovanni, raise your hand and you have to go. Yeah, go.
No, it's real quick. And there are some students that even don't have food to eat at home, and that's like that happens, and I've heard it, I've seen it. My mother, she's a teacher for like children, and some of her children went to school and they didn't like had lunch or breakfast because they didn't have food at home, and they went at home just to eat. And how can those children study and learn when they're starving at home?
Sure.
That's impossible.
Right. So what you guys are telling me is that there's a problem earlier on in the development of the student. So so affirmative action doesn't fix this problem. You have people who don't know how to read very well in a college class.
I agree with you. It doesn't fix, but it is a try. It is a try to fix.
Correct.
To help.
Yeah. So it's a different issue, which I think needs to be fixed individually. Exactly. It's funny because we're really talking about. We're talking about.
I agree actually with that.
There
are some things that should be fixed, but I like long term. It's hard, and that's a short term, let's say, easiest way to try to actually help something. But long term, it's harder.
I have an example, like a metaphor of what like affirmative action is. Okay, like it's like Gilly, you're hungry, and you need food, and this is exactly what affirmative action is. Gilly is hungry and she needs food, and I go to her house and I give her some Tylenol.
Oh, for the pain of the hunger,
the
pain of the stomach. Yeah. It's not solving the problem.
But it's not even that. Like I'm giving her like, forget Tylenol. I'm giving her antibiotics. She's hungry, and so I try to help, but instead of giving her food, I give her antibiotics. It doesn't even come close to helping the problem. And that's what I see affirmative action as. Because like if we want to help these students that are in college, we need to start back when they first were in grade school.
Then what should we do then to fix it?
I don't know.
That's the problem.
You have to educate children. You have to make public schools available so people have a better education, so they don't need affirmative action. They're already smart.
Yes, but that takes like
that would be a dream. That would be a dream.
Whole education system. If we wait for do that, we're going to have a whole generation that won't have opportunities because of that.
Yeah.
So I totally agree that affirmative action is not the best option, but it is the option that we can use right now.
Well, I actually go further. I go on to say that affirmative action is actually hurting.
It's a distraction
creating
from the real
more
problem.
problems.
Yeah.
So it's not helping at all. And
Because it takes the seats, right, Dan? It takes away the seats for people who are smart enough to be there.
That's
one the issue.
That's one of the things.
You have 100 vagas of doctors. You're going to put 10 people in there that could never be doctors. They don't have the education. Maybe they don't have the IQ.
That's not even where I'm going with this. I'm going back to your other example of those students that were in Harvard that shouldn't have been there.
Yes.
Those students, because they spent 4 years in Harvard and it was like a miserable experience, they just give up.
They
completely.
give up. They're disenfranchised.
Now,
they feel stupid.
And they could have been good doctors. They could have been good lawyers.
Correct.
Now they're just like, you know what? This doesn't work. I'm going to work at McDonald's.
They literally feel stupid. They actually they deteriorate their confidence. Yeah, it's really it doesn't match. It's like me going into an Olympic running. It's like, oh well, you're a minority, so let me put you in the Olympics, and then everyone runs, and I'm like, ai, eu tô cansado. I'm tired. I love joking. Okay, well, I'm creating another challenge for on TruthScore while you guys have been talking. I'm creating. Luan, you have your hand up?
I would like to say that we have already a plan to like equalize and give good public education. Mm-hmm. It's called IDEB. IDEB is how can I translate it to English? It's help me, Danielson. It's Índice de Desenvolvimento da Educação Básica.
Okay. It's the Index of Basic Education Development.
Yeah.
I did it.
Thanks.
Yeah.
So the plans to like help we are aiming to help and let all public schools good in 2097. That's the thing. So if you want to check the scores of each school in Brazil, each public school in Brazil, you can see how well they're taking and the metas to each school to reach like 10.
It's not meta, it's goal.
The goals, yeah. Each goals for each schools to reach. So we kind of the schools in Teixeira get their goals. Each school have different goals. It's not they're doing an equity system to like evaluate the schools and to equalize them. For example, let's say that Rui Barbosa, school A is not a good school. It has like five score of 5. They have the score of 5. School B has the score of 7. So because they are different, for some reasons they have different challenges. The school A are going to aim for 2023 and to get a score of 6, and then the school B are aiming to get a grade of 8. So they are going to equalize the notes till 2097.
It's a lot of detail. So that's the way to go. That's the right program in my mind. That's the program that's going to make the biggest difference.
But the argument is, are we going to wait till there and not do anything for those who are, they didn't have any father that got to college, that just hard workers and doesn't have the structures to study, have to help his mom to work.
Yeah. It's that conversation. It's that my analogy of me putting into the Olympics. It's like you don't build the muscle and then you're just going to put someone in a different place that they don't even.
But, you gotta see how. Okay, so for example, I'm going to give you an example. This is a personal experience that I had. I was once in Medeiros Neto, and I was talking to a guy in the bus. And
sorry to interrupt you real quick. Guys, yes, I'll have to go because I have other classes to teach. You're welcome to continue. Please let me know how the discussion went. I'll have a look at the TruthScore page later to see how you guys did it. Okay? Right. Bye-bye. Have a good TruthScore battle.
Bye. See ya.
I'm posting something on TruthScore. I don't know if it's right, correct, because nobody helped me, so I'm doing it. I'm, post-
Eu
I'm
sou
posting.
vítima. Eu sou vítima.
So
I'm not
Leandro,
stupid here, okay?
No, but I can help you. Anything you need, show me or anything. Yeah.
Okay, I'll show you my screen
Yeah, sure.
and see what I've done. Okay.
Yeah. And then here. So while we're waiting.
better scores than us. You gotta fix your thing there.
That's what I have done here. I don't know.
Hold on, here goes. I see it. Okay. If slavery made it difficult for black people to survive in society, and the remaining even today with the creation of favelas, less opportunity and racism, we live in an unequal society. Oh, girl, we are so unequal. We live in an unequal society. Period. Like, period. You can make milk and babies. I can't.
What?
You can make milk and babies. I can't. You can make milk and babies, and I can't.
Oh, okay.
Like,
okay.
Yeah. So I'm saying, I'm just sharing. What you're doing is good. I'm just saying that no one has ever lived or will ever live in an equal society.
Okay, but that example you gave about I'm producing milk and having babies.
Yeah.
It was a biological issue actually. I'm talking about social problems,
No,
social issues.
yeah,
actually.
we're not. Yeah.
But we're not
Sorry. Yeah.
we're not the same. We're not the same. We're different, definitely. But we also have, and that's there is this scientist. She says that, I know in Portuguese, but in English it's kind of hard to say. But she says that we shouldn't be the same. We shouldn't be like everybody the same, but we should have respect for being different. Like,
for sure.
should be, But that's a different issue. That's like a social issue.
But I can help you with this argument. So this is the trouble. So there is something that we can improve.
Okay.
So the only thing we can improve here is if you scroll to the bottom.
Where? Here?
Yeah, that bottom part. So we live in an unequal society. That's your conclusion, right? Your conclusion is that we live in an unequal society. I think if you scroll down to the very bottom, oh no, hit next. It's the
next. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
It's affirmative action gives hope. So I think that's what supports this. But you don't have hope in your conclusion. Your conclusion needs to have hope if that's the thing that helps the subject. Right? What in it? So I think let me read it and help you. Let me go up to the top. Let me help you here. So you're right. I think, let me think.
Okay.
Gosh. So
I think she has to add another premise.
That's what I'm thinking too. But really, I think what you want to say is that maybe add another premise. Go inside there. That's right. Go.
So like the premise would be slavery is unequal.
No, I think it's
premise?
We live in an equal society, and that's the one. And conclusion, no, hope. It's about hope. We need to tie hope in. Affirmative action brings hope. We live in an equal society, and
okay. you're trying. What you're trying to do is you're trying to connect this to the subject. Is that it?
Correct. And we need hope. We need to connect that hope is helpful to society.
And the premise here?
Well, we have to connect. Yeah, I'm thinking. Hold on. Maybe we have to rethink
okay.
this. But
hold on a second. Now I'm getting a little confused here. Yeah. Leandro, should the conclusion always be the subject?
No, but it should definitely support the subject.
What is the subject? That's the subject here?
The subject is in blue.
Oh.
For society.
It's at the very top. Subject, move your mouse all the way up. More up. Right there. Affirmative action.
Here?
That's the subject.
Okay. Oh, that.
So you're trying to support that. So you're saying
right.
Slavery makes it difficult for black people to survive in society. So I think I can summarize this a little bit. History makes society less equal, or what's the third premise? The right societies and go down. What's the we live in an unequal society. Yeah, I would write the history of slavery makes us live in a less equal society. In my mind, we can just think about it for a minute. Bringing hope to society is good for society. Therefore, affirmative action, and affirmative action brings hope. You have to say you have to have a premise that says affirmative action brings hope. That's what you're actually.
So history of slavery
makes helps to make society unequal.
Unequal.
Helps.
Or just slavery makes society unequal.
But we don't have slavery anymore, so it just the history of slavery. History of slavery makes society unequal. Yeah, history of slavery makes society unequal now, right? To put the time frame here. The history of slavery helps make society unequal. Affirmative action gives hope to improve society, right? There's the hope. Yeah.
So I take that off.
I think yeah.
No, stay.
What?
Yeah.
I think that should stay.
You could stay there. You could stay there, and that remains today, correct? And affirmative action gives people hope for a better tomorrow. I don't know. Yeah, hope. You have to do the hope. Yeah.
Hope.
Therefore, right? Then is the conclusion. La conclusion is, therefore, affirmative action makes society better. Like, because it gives hope.
Okay.
It's this, and this. Therefore, it's a new conclusion. Yeah. It's like Google's like everything's misspelled wrong. Stop writing in English. It's spelled right, but your English, your Portuguese.
Well, what's wrong here? Affirmative?
No, everything's right. Your computer's in Portuguese, so everything's
right. Okay, yeah.
I'm just commenting. I'm sorry for confusing.
Oh no,
okay, cool,
sure.
Cool, good. So
I could. Okay.
Okay, good, better. Now let's review it in the next.
The next, okay.
Okay, let's read it again.
Okay.
So if scroll up, let's see. Let's review. Scroll up.
Okay.
If history of slavery helps to make society unequal, and this remains even today with the creation of favelas and less opportunities and racism, and affirmative action gives people hope, affirmative action makes society better because, and then the very, very bottom gray is what about this? That hope improves society in a sense, right? That's the real thing. That what about affirmative action gives people hope. I think you should make affirmative action gives people hope the conclusion.
Here?
Yeah, go in there and make the third premise the conclusion, in my mind.
This one here?
That should be the conclusion. Is it the conclusion? No. And affirmative action gives people hope? No. Therefore, conclusion, hope improves society. Maybe. Affirmative action improves society? Yeah, it's fine. I'm sorry.
So I'll give it that way? I'll leave it that way?
Leave it this way.
Okay.
Back and forth.
Then the next again, and then
affirmative action gives people hope right away, and it was given them before. Yeah, this is good enough. It gives it's to me it's good enough. You can hit done.
Okay.
Yeah. Done. And we get what you're trying to do. Boom. Look how many things have happened.
There we go.
Since you've been gone. Very exciting. So Denelson, the reason that their side looks like it's winning is because we're not voting on their arguments. You've got to vote on relevance. You got to go in there and vote. I see your hands are. Let's zoom into here. Your hands.
Well, I can only do one thing at a time. Either I pay attention to what's going on, or I work in TruthScore. I can't do both.
I thought you were using your toes to vote or something. So yeah, I'm gonna vote here. I'm gonna switch screens so people can.
Okay, so I'll tell you, like, this is not the truth score. This is the actual like battle that we had.
Mhm.
The one problem, and I mentioned it before. The one problem I have is I can't do two things at once. So I'll either listen to the discussion that's going on, or I'll write in truth score. I can't do both.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Me too.
So that's why, like, when Luan was talking, I just stopped. I had to listen to Luan, and because if I try to do both, then I don't do either.
Sure.
So, and I think, and my students, I think two of my students left, and that's because they were probably overwhelmed.
Overwhelmed. No, the overwhelm makes a lot of sense. Yeah, the Truth Score Battle isn't really perfectly well done with what am I saying?
Well, here, so here's a suggestion, and I kind of like hinted at this at the beginning. I think what should happen is whenever there's a Truth Score Battle, there should be two teams. There should be a captain for each team, and each captain are the ones that write in their thing. So then, like, for example, it's your turn. So it's this team's turn. So you're gonna support. So you're gonna write all the support and stuff, and the other people are gonna be telling you what to write. And then your time ends. The other team now contradict him, and I think that would work better.
Yeah, I agree.
Gotcha.
I think it's organized. One person writes and another discuss.
Yeah, because I think what we were trying to do, you were trying to have like a bunch of like 17 participants, but as it turned out, there wasn't 17 participants. There was like I was half a participant because I couldn't participate and listen at the same time.
No, yeah, what you're saying makes perfect sense. Meaning, Truth Score is the platform where this should be done, but we're taking time away from doing it on Truth Score and instead talking. Just because we're on a video chat, it's fun, right? It's just easier and more fun.
That's not exactly it. Like, because what ends up happening is, like, for example, as you're talking here, I'm trying to do my Truth Score, but when I'm doing my Truth Score, I'm not paying attention to anything that's going on.
Right. So if we want people to do a bunch of Truth Scores, we technically want no one talking. You can't do both.
Right. But if you have a bunch of people doing Truth Score and they don't know how the platform works, nobody's gonna do it.
Of course, yeah.
So what should happen, and this, like, there's probably always gonna be you against Sandro, because you and Sandro, you guys are the ones that are most like intimate with the system, right? So you start a Truth Score, and like I'm supporting you, right? So I'll be looking for things to support you, and we'll be discussing this when it's our turn to support. And then when it's their turn to rebuttal, Sandro's going to be the one that's typing in, and then his team is going to be giving him reasons like what he should be typing.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
So the Truth Score is only between you and Sandro, but the teams are helping you guys come up with the ideas.
Correct. Very much how a debate in college would go. You know, in college they have two teams of 5 people, whatever.
Yes.
Another idea would be, you know, people focus on actually creating the content on Truth Score, and you have a host who basically is announcing and reviewing, and so there's a lot less talking between the participants and more work. And the talking is not even for the participants putting in Truth Score.
I don't think that would work, because Gilly was having problems. Luan was having.
No. This assumes people know how to use the platform and they don't have questions. Right. No. That's an assumption. Yeah. You're not gonna have a Truth Score battle and people don't know how to swim.
Right. So you can't make that assumption at the moment.
No, I'm saying for a true.
I'm back.
Hey.
20 minutes went by. Oh.
What did I miss?
Did you already finish your class?
Well,
everybody left.
None of my students show up, so
yeah.
I waited for 15 minutes.
We're talking about how we can make the Truth Score battle better. And my suggestion was, yeah.
Did anyone participate?
I mean,
no.
The page.
Oh, I have a talk with them.
Oh, okay.
Well, but like Sandro, I don't really blame them, because it's a lot. Like I had a.
Why they didn't? They could have at least tried to like post it, like it's there.
There's so much going on. That's what we're talking about. It's so much going on that even people who know Truth Score are still having trouble listening and talking and then typing. It's 3 things to do.
I think that TruthScore Battle, we should do sprints. So like we first talk and explore the theme a little bit. Then we have like a 20 to 30 minutes so everyone can post. And then we come back to comment, to peer review everything, to
I think. Look,
analyze.
I'll tell you what. I think you're putting too much confidence on the students. I don't think they're gonna know how to post.
We have to educate them first. You have to take care of that. You have to have that disappear.
That's gonna be the first. So yeah. So what I think, and I kind of hinted at this like in the beginning of the battle today. I think what should happen is they're like for now until they've actually posted some things on TruthScore. The way the battle should work is you have two teams. Like we'll put you and Leandro because you guys are intimate with the system. And so the people on your team, like first it's Leandro's turn, right? Well, actually, first it's Leandro's turn, right? So Leandro would say, okay, we're going to contradict what Sandro put in. And so I would come up with some reasons and other people come up with some reasons and Leandro would be putting it in as we're telling him what to put in. Okay? And then once we do that, then it's your turn. So now you take your team and you say, okay, well, we're going to contradict what they just said. And now your team will work. And we stop posting. When you guys are talking, we listen to you. When we are talking, you listen to us so that we are still engaged in the whole conversation. You're going to have a lot less posts, but I think people would at least know what's going on.
If they can follow the fast English.
Oh, okay. So,
there's less
than that. They were not as lost as we thought they were.
Oh, that's good.
They were understanding, at least for the feedback I got for Anderson and from Michaeli. They were understanding. It was a little bit fast, but they were getting the points. Here, let me share something that Michaeli asked me that I laughed a lot.
Sure.
Wait, let me.
Ooh, we're sharing everything now on YouTube.
Oh no, that can go into YouTube.
Okay.
I thought we stopped recording. Did we stop recording?
No. I don't know. I can cut this out. I can blur it. I don't know. Someone's WhatsApp is. Okay. Can you?
One question: Is it's the goal to reach a consensus, or is it to be confronted?
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, see, so that was unclear. Like, we're supposed to have two teams. We have opposing views.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That for the next time you organize into teams, I think that would be better.
Yeah, I think it would, and I think you should have just two people posting for now until like for them to be able to post, they have to do like 4 posts by themselves or something. We'll come up with a number.
Yeah, I'm going to be thinking about this like it's like we're taking turns and leader versus what Sandro suggested, which is to have sprints.
I think the sprint maybe we can have both.
Mix, right?
Yeah, we can have like Dan's idea first because then they get more to know the platform. They'll see me posting, they'll see you posting, they're like, oh, that's how I do things.
Well,
okay.
In my opinion, people have to come knowing how to run. Like
exactly. That's why I asked you for the tutorial.
We have to have like a different class or a video. They've got to be familiar. You're going to have a battle, but most people don't know how to lift a knife, a sword.
Oh, maybe
I'm going to tell you from experience, Joe, you're not going to be able to just send a video to the students.
No. We need to have our own class. Like in English class, you have to have a class where we all talk about it. We all make an example. We talk and we talk, and they come ready. Like this is like if it was all of us. If it was all of us, we would be quiet for a few minutes, and then we'd have a little bell go off in 4 minutes. Ding. Okay, let's share what we did. And the sharing is where we would put on video. That's what we would share. We would share the talking from the results of the sprints.
Yeah.
In my mind, because that's where the good stuff is. When we can put.
Yeah.
If we have 5 people and they're all cognitively putting down cognition, once we're done and we review it, wow, 5 posts. That's a lot. Yeah, but we can continue to play. But now your students are warmed up. We should have one in 2 weeks. After January.
In 2 weeks you'll be on vacation.
Yeah. After January.
It's gonna have to be probably after. It'll have to be after February.
Really?
It'll have to be after Carnival.
Carnival.
When is Carnival next year, by the way?
It's in February, if I'm not mistaken.
So before
But
time.
like the exact dates, let me look it up.
I don't know the exact date, but I think it's.
What is it?
sometime-
What is it?
2022.
Easter divided by 3 plus 4
Whatever.
multiplied by a weekend.
It says on.
Guys, I'm going to leave. I'm going to eat.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna eat in a second.
Thanks.
So guys, yeah, let's
I
February
play.
wanted to see
March
before Luan goes. I've been sitting on this for like an hour now.
Oops.
This goes back to the conversation, Leandro, that we were having with Sandro yesterday, and the conversation that I had with Luan today about laws. Just because it's a law doesn't mean it works. And so Gilly mentioned something about they outlawed slavery, but people continued being slaves even after the outlaw of slavery.
Yes.
And that's an example of how laws don't always work.
No.
And I've been sitting on that for like an hour.
Yeah, laws are not magic.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, that's what I need to say.
But they're away, right?
Huh?
They're away.
There are the
To
status.
try to make things work.
They're the
Because
status.
imagine, like, if we have a law and people are disrespecting it, with the risk of being punished, imagine what they would do if they didn't. If they didn't have at least a fear.
Yeah, we'll talk more about that in the future. This is a good conversation. So listen, and of course Luan's always welcome. He's part of like the NBE marketing team. Yeah, we have to turn this into marketing. All this video I recorded, we got to turn it into something, or else we're all fired.
Yeah, send me the video and I can post on NBE. And
Yeah,
do
we have to
something
cut it. We have to do something with it. The video is gonna be like 10 gigabytes. It's gonna be too big. It's gonna be big.
Yeah, like, can we have the whole video? Like, maybe we can cut this last part when we were talking.
Yeah.
Just analyzing the whole thing. But can we have the whole video available for the students to rewatch if they want?
Yeah, would be cool. I will post on
Some of my students, they ask me like, "Oh, teacher, I won't be able to go today. Can I watch the video later, please?"
Yeah, it will be posted on Instagram and YouTube.
Yeah.
Yes, the video right now, I don't know how many. So yes, I'd like to cut it to the parts that make sense, but we can show them everything, but no one's going to watch everything because it's just boring.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But yes, I'll make the video. We'll talk about the video. I'm not going to delete it or anything weird like that.
Okay.
So Leandro, tell me when the cuts are done and I'll